Hi, I'm Debbie, and welcome to Divine Destiny with Debbie. Today we're reading for October 28th, 29th, and 30th, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Now, if you're new to the channel, or if you just want to bypass and cross-watch, then down there under the description is a timestamp, because this is the introduction and it's on all the videos. So if you want to bypass, go straight to whatever the video is you want, the part of the video you want, go down there, okay? Okay. Now, you know that this is the weekend, and I want to thank everyone. I am starting to feel better. I'm starting to actually have more energy, which is wonderful. I will be getting on soon. I've been reading the comments, but I haven't been able to answer the comments just yet. I go to answer the comments and say, oh, I think I need a little nap. Sorry, so I'm still napping during the day. Whatever this is, it's not horrible. It just makes you want to sleep. So don't worry about any of this. Carve out some time should this happen where you can get some rest. Chicken noodle soup or chicken soup, wonderful, wonderful recovery tool. Anyway, this is the weekend, so I am going to be using my Radley Valentine deck, my Angel Tarot cards. For the main reading, I will use my John Holland Psychic Tarot and Oracle cards. I will use my Doreen Virtue and Grant Virtue, the Angels of Abundance, and of course I'll pull one from my Emily Anderson Crystal deck. Now, because this is the introduction, I am going to be using my Waite Rider Tarot deck, and I'll pull about 3 cards from there, and then I will pull one from my Colleen Barrett Reed, The Good Tarot. I have prayed, meditated, and infused all the decks with Reiki energy. Just remember, these are general readings. They may or may not resonate. Take what you like, leave the rest, okay? Okay. Now, just kind of going over what's the weird stuff going on in the world. You know, we are in Scorpio season. As of today, we are having that new moon. It was a partial solar eclipse, which actually gives a really big jump start to whatever's going to be happening right now. And then in 2 weeks later, we are going to have that full moon, and it's going to be a Taurus full moon, and it will be a total lunar eclipse. Now, normally that's not so bad, but we are in the, and I shouldn't say so bad, we are in the Taurus. Taurus is in the northern node and Scorpio is in the southern node. Scorpio has this, Scorpio in the southern node brings about a lot of karmic past, okay? While Taurus in that northern node is about building a future. But we are in the karmic past. We are dealing with some things that maybe we didn't deal with right, or maybe we were just not aware of. And remember too, and I know you have to look at this whole big thing, and it gets very, very overwhelming. You know, I talk about Saturn, illusion versus reality, and so many things that we haven't really looked at that's the reality of our world. Then we have something that just went on, or I talked about the full moon, and that's going to have some Uranus type of influences, really, really strong Uranus type, to the point people have said that, when I just do my research, a lot of this is what I get from my feelings and from my research per se, or how I interpret what I'm getting from research. But they're saying that there's going to be so much of this. It's going to be very structured, very strictured. It's just going to be very boxed in type of energy, especially around that full moon. So, so that in itself, very, very tight. And again, I'm always talking about that good old Saturn in Aquarius. Now, the other thing that we need to talk about is, okay, basically we have we have Jupiter that has been retrograding, and it is retrograding from Aries into Pisces. Now, I'd said it wasn't necessarily going slow, but it is starting to go slow, because around November, I'm not sure, November 20th or something, it starts to go direct again. So this goes back into that it's starting to go direct, retrograde stationary. And this is where things start to look at, I'm always thinking the stationary part is where the energies are really concentrating on whatever needs to happen now. Okay, so it is doing that. But then we also have on the 29th Mercury entering Scorpio. So again, news, news, electronics, hearing things, just fast acting, almost like not being able to hold on to your hat. Remember, it's like hold on to your hat, where, things are about to get shaky now, or things are about to move fast. That's what's going to be happening more with Mercury in Scorpio. And remember, Scorpio to me does not like secrets. Scorpio also has that transformation type of energy, such as Pluto has, the rising of the Phoenix. But another interesting part, though, is October 30th. Mars is going retrograde. So what's interesting about that is we're coming to the end of a retrograde season. Okay, I think that even Neptune goes direct, I think, in early December. So we're coming to this towards the end, where it should be tapering off the retrogrades, and now we have a new retrograde that is going into place. So those are little oddities. Another little oddity. So what does it mean? It just means that things are happening that we are not used to seeing happening. And again, it's like all of this planetary movement wants to really shake things up more and more and more. Now, the other interesting thing that's kind of lovely for us, though, is I did post, I think it was more on Facebook. I'm sorry, not feeling as well. I did not post it on our community chat, here. But I posted this thing with Venus. Venus goes through this cycle. It's a 1-year cycle, but then it does it 8 years in a row. And when it does this, and if you look at the computer simulation of it all, it turns into this beautiful flower pentagram, very loving, just very beautiful to behold. Now, for the last 90 plus years, this petal, journey, and like I said, it does it every 8 years. Each petal starts and has been ending in Scorpio. This time around, it is doing it in Libra. So it will be doing this for a good another 90 to 100 years, where it starts in Libra season and then it ends in Libra season. And like I said, it does this for an 8-year cycle until it comes to the beginning again, and it creates something quite beautiful. It really, really is a beautiful thing. So let's see what we have here. Venus is in Scorpio. We are in Scorpio. The new moon is in Scorpio. We do have, like I said, Mercury is entering into Scorpio, and Mars in Gemini is going retrograde at 9:26 a.m. That's Eastern Standard Time. And, that's Mars. Now, I do associate Mars with Aries because Mars is Aries. Aries is Mars. Greek, Roman mythology, whatever you want to say. But Mars is also very strongly connected with that recycle, that death, birth type of energy of Scorpio. So I just feel like these 2 weeks, there's just a lot of interesting stuff, and just be prepared for an interesting ride. The other thing, though, is not to worry about any of it. Not to worry about any of it. These are things that happen, and we just continue. Whatever is going on in the world, in the universe, no matter how, it can feel very, very stressful, and I do get stressed too, but I still have to live my life, okay? And I still work to keep my vibrations high, because that's part of our job, is to keep our vibrations high. Lots of activity happening this coming weekend, coming and going. We have the 8 of rods, 8 of fire. Lots of activity happening. Again, not knowing if we're coming or going. Fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. Passionate, very burning, very determined energy. 8, unlimited opportunities and possibilities. Things happening that we're not necessarily, like I said, things happening that we're not necessarily in the best control of. But it's not horrible energy. It's not out of control energy. They are, but again, we don't know if it's coming or going. Okay, let's see what else we might have here. Remember, rods, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, burning, passionate, determined. Next card up, the World. So this is reverse. So the reversed energy has, to me, it's a little stronger energy. Other people read reverse cards differently. I just say, hey, pay attention. So we have a 21, we have a 2. 2 is choices, decisions. We have a 1, new beginning. The World is basically things are completed, things are done, things are happening, but you've done what you needed to do. Now, could it just be that there's a lot of, could we just read it very simply that there's a lot of activity going on in the world? We don't know if we're coming or going. Definitely we can do that. But the World does give a very good vibration that says, again, not to worry, not to stress. These are things that have to happen. They have to happen in order for a lot of that, a lot of what I was just saying in the heavens to be completed. Okay, next card is, now we have that 7. We have that 7. 7 is a divine number to me. It is a divine number. It gives me a divine umbrella. It says that even if things are happening you don't like, it is happening for a reason, and there is a divine covering. Okay, now we have a Sword energy. Sword energy is our air energy. It is our Aquarius, our Gemini, and our Libra energy. So, basically, Aquarius and Gemini have a lot going on in the game right now. They're, Gemini, Mars, by going retro, is going to be covering a lot of old ground. And like I said, whenever things, and it's retro stationary right now. So it's kind of watching and seeing, what do I need to do? But as it goes retro and it starts to pick up a little more movement, it goes and really looks at what was left undone. So, what else needs to be cleaned up? Now, we do see this guy. This does have a kind of that 5 of Sword energy where he's kind of has that sneaky snake energy. So Swords is about making plans, thinking things through. It is about basically, like I said, hearing news too. But it's all about, hold on one second. Okay, sorry about that. But so, like I said, there is that sneaky snake type of stuff. But the 7 of Swords, to me, is giving me a trickster energy right here. It's kind of like, look over there, don't look over here. So let me divert your attention. I'm kind of like, while you're thinking everything's all nice over here, I'm making way, and I'm taking the 5 swords over here. So there is a sneaky snake energy here, but there's also a trickster energy. So be aware of your environment. Be aware of, like I said, this has to do with making plans, but it's also hearing news. It's also strategy. So again, it's, does it concern the world? It could. The world, though, does give us that energy that says, not to worry so much. But lots happening. Look over here. Don't look over there. There's a trickster energy. There's a diversion energy, and it surrounds the world. So let's see what we've got going on here. Let's see. For this energy, for this going on. Higher power. Now remember, if I didn't say this, I am an intuitive channeler. I open myself to higher power, Holy Spirit, God, whoever that is that you say. I say God, Holy Spirit, and just say whatever you want, whatever this is your channel, not mine. So here we go. Let's see what we've got. Higher power. What else is there about this weekend? Interesting times. As always, interesting times. You ain't seen nothing yet. Oh, how lovely is this? Okay, so again, reversed. We have drawn the Tower card. So this is a 16, this is a 1, new beginning, 10, transitional energy. 6 is the number of man. It's the energy you put into something. 1 plus 6, though, is a 7. So it is divinely covered. It is divinely guided. It is the Tower card. It is where everything feels like it's falling apart and falling down. But again, it's one of these times that it has to do this. Now, there is also a very big cleansing with this falling. There is this there's a sense of, whatever this is that's falling apart, it is getting rid of the things that we don't need anymore. But it doesn't necessarily mean that it's easy energy. It doesn't mean that it's easy to get through. We have to maintain, we just have to keep our eyes, on this world card. We have to remember things will turn around. Things will, everything goes full circle energy. But the Tower card is not necessarily a pleasant card to go through. But in order for something to be, to be rebuilt, or I shouldn't say rebuilt, in order for something to be built, it needs solid ground. I do get this energy with this, though. I am picking up a lot of the gray energy here, but I do have that blue sparkles, not sparkles, but the blue kind of shining through also. But the gray energy is not necessarily, like I said, it's not necessarily a positive, but it's something that has to be done in order for things to be moving on. Okay? Interesting stuff. Can't really tell you, we will see what we will see. Please take a moment. I know being off that one time, it messes up the algorithm so much. So I would really appreciate it if you could like, share, subscribe, click on the bell, comment. If you've done all of that, undo it and do it again. I get a lot of people telling me that, my videos just don't pop up. I do put them in playlists, and I also get a lot of people telling me that there's missing videos. And I know I really don't post anything until I have all the videos ready to go. So if you could do that, I'd appreciate it. I'm a small channel, and that would just help a lot. Anyway, why don't we get started with our videos now? Hello, my Cancers, and how are you doing? Interesting times that we live in, interesting times, but we're more than prepared. We're more than ready. So let's see what we've got going for this weekend for my Cancers too. Yeah, I'm just going to say that at least for the water signs, I do think that things pick up more so, or the energies get a little bit brighter, feel a little bit better after the full moon. So don't think that, that doesn't mean that things aren't going to be good for now either. It just means that I think that there's more after that full moon, more to come. Okay, so let's see what we have for this weekend for my Cancers. 1, 2, and 3 cards. And these two are reversed. This one's not. First card, the Sun. Oh, I love the Sun. I love the Sun because that means things are working out the way they need to be for you. The Sun says it's a good job. Things are shining bright. Embrace the day, embrace the sun, embrace each day for this weekend, and know that there is good energies all around you. Okay, so and if this is what's going on for this weekend, and I'm saying that there's more to come after that full moon, wow, that's going to be an awesome time for you. So we have the Sun, Archangel Uriel. Archangel Uriel basically brings light, brings wisdom, uncovers dark energies, or uncovers hidden, the darker spots, okay? Where, dark cannot exist where light is, okay? So we have a 19, 1, new beginning, 10, transition, 9, let's wrap it up. You've got everything you need. You add them together, comes to that 10 and that 1 again. So the Sun is happy outcome, brilliant new ideas that lead to success. Have confidence in yourself. Love that, and I love the sunflowers. I don't think I've even noticed those sunflowers before. So next card here, reversed, is Unity. So now we have a 5. 5 has some change energy to it, positive, negative. Could be either or. Sometimes it's not, but sometimes it's not easy to have these changes. This is Archangel Sandalphon, believed to have been Elijah, the prophet of Old Testament. The Unity has a very religious and or government, the business of religion and or government feel to it. It's very rule oriented. It doesn't mean that the rules are right. It just means, abiding by the rules. It just means that there's pressure to put for you to live by the rules. But like I said, it doesn't necessarily mean that those are the right rules. It doesn't mean that they're the wrong rules, but these rules can be very, very constricting. So, having the sun and having unity, it could be that you have to start to recognize what has been constricting you. Maybe these are rules that you have put upon yourself. Maybe these are rules that have been placed upon you by another person or another environment type of thing. And it's kind of like, should you choose to live within them? I'm not talking about breaking the law, nothing to do with that. I am saying, though, what is this that's being imposed upon you? Now, the thing is about the Sandalphon, the Unity, and this is also the Hierophant energy here, is that, it doesn't mean that you have to live within it. It just means you have to recognize it, in some ways respect it. But you can, but as long as you're doing what is right and in the right way, and you're doing what is moral and right and all the good stuff that comes with what is right, you can go your own way with this. So it does, the Unity, like I said, always kind of gives me, the Hierophant always gives me kind of a trapped energy, trapped feeling, okay? But when we talk about Unity, it does talk about traditional viewpoints or methods, spiritual organizations, but it says to seek out mentors and like-minded friends. So it doesn't mean that, it does not say that you have to seek out the spiritual organizations. It says, be around people that encourage you and help you maybe to see these rules. Anyway, next card here, reversed, the 5 of air. So we have another 5 here. So these two 5s are kind of connected in their own way. So change energy. Air energy is our sword energy. It is our thought processes, hearing news. It is thinking about, it is thinking things through. It's also, like I said, it is about receiving some news, and it's kind of processing itself. So I'm going to kind of say that, we've got these 5s. These 5s, and 5 of air has sneaky snake energy. This is also, this is kind of like watch, really think things through a little bit. This might be an impetuous choice. Maybe this might be a choice that you do because, that you make because you don't think that you really have another option. Or it may be a choice that you do out of spite. Okay, so I'm just kind of letting you just kind of be aware of this 5-5 energy here. But then be aware of this sun. The sun, and again too, connecting with higher power, asking to see what the truth is, asking to see what I should do, where should I go, what do I need to do, helps to really counter this 5 energy. Because this energy is kind of like being, this energy has a little bit of a constriction to it, okay? But the sun helps you to see all the dark places in it. Okay, like I said, it's not a bad energy. This is a wonderful energy. This is one of those energies that I think is more about these eclipses, and between this new moon to the full moon, there is this feeling of not being able to break free and break through. But the sun says, you're not really bound by, you're only bound by what you bind yourself. Okay, an unwise choice. Learn what you can from the situation. However, it does say review everyone's motives. So, kind of getting this, you don't want to be there. You don't want to be manipulated either. So really, I wouldn't make any real strong binding decisions this weekend if I didn't have to. Okay. So not sure why, because I know we don't have any 2s here, but it's still, I just would kind of, I'd want to get past this weekend before I deal with any of this 5 energy. Okay, and there is a card that just flew. Oh, we have a couple of cards that flew. So I'm going to have to go down and pick them up. They are we've got a whole bunch of cards that flew. There we go. Here we go. Okay, so let's go on like this. They were all face up, but I'm going to turn them over one at a time. Here we go. First card is awareness. Awareness. So this goes again, remember this winds up with your 1. This is the magician energy. This is as in heaven, so so on earth. There is that third eye energy. There is the crowning, the third eye chakra, the crowning chakra. There is this connection with your higher power. This has to do with higher power energy. Okay? So whatever this is about, do not feel constricted in here. I mean, do not let it, kind of like bind you up a little bit. This is about you really, really, really. This is a really strong weekend to connect with higher power. Again, too, I didn't talk about it in the intro, but it is the time we're getting thinner, the Samhain, All Hallows Eve, and then on the 1st, then we have All Saints Day. So there's a lot of thinning of the veil energy. So this is a really strong time for you. I mean, we should always be doing this, get into the habit, but this is almost, this is like you need to do it more, especially this weekend. Our next card here. Now we have an 8. 8 is about unlimited opportunities. I would say that this is probably your 8 of water energy. And so this would be your 8 of cups. So this is you stepping away, stepping out of the drama, stepping away from other people. It does talk about emotional withdrawal. It does talk, you can see that this person is getting to a point where he can ground his energy. I did talk about grounding with Scorpio energy, so you might want to take a look at that because it's really, or did I talk about it in the introduction? I can't remember, but it's really important to ground your energy. It really is. We are so bombarded by electrical forces, electrical stuff, and we need to release a lot of that from our bodies, and some of the ways to do that is this emotional withdrawal, is prayer, meditation, is water, putting your feet in water, is putting your feet in sand or earth also. So then we have this last card, and this is the transformation card. So again, we have a 13, we have that 1, 0, and now we have a 3. 3 has creation, creativity, also the power of 3. 1 plus 3 is a 4. Stability, organization, and leadership. This is transformation. This is that death card in the traditional. So you've got some very strong, positive, and this is all about change. So whatever this change is, maybe this is where this change is coming from. Kind of feel like throwing off your chains with this change. But this is 13, death card. With the death of something is born. With what you let go of something is birthed. But I do love this card as a look at her transformation. Look at she was wearing whatever this gray mask, this gray thing is. Now she's vibrant. I mean, she's not necessarily classically beautiful, but yet there is such a beauty to her. There's an ethereal type of energy going on here. So this is one of those weekends that, you have some choices. You can stay very locked up with this unity. You can also connect with your higher power. I would say this is a spiritual journey for you this weekend. Okay? Transformation, because with transformation is that new beginning. So interesting stuff for my Cancers here. Well, let's see. Let's see what we have going on. Angels of Abundance, my Cancers. What do we have for my Cancers? Here we go. One more time. Okay. Have courage to ask for and accept help. So, here we go. Asking for help is a sign of strength, as is accepting it as it is offered to you. Very often when you ask God for help, prayers are answered through other people. Be sure to accept this assistance as well as give it to others as you are guided. So have courage. There is change coming. There is some change coming, and it looks on this side, it looks very, very positive. Should you choose, it could be on the harder side, okay? But the thing about change is, especially with this, you can kind of go through it and really just say, you know what, it's going to get me to a better place, or you can go kicking and screaming. Better place all over here. Here we go. Let's see what crystal or energy would be very helpful for my Cancers here. Here we go, go, go. Moldavite. And this is an expensive little stone, so I don't know. Maybe just think about what this is all about. Healing, protection, telepathy, connection. Interesting weekend for you. There's a lot of positive. Stay connected, especially with your higher power. Great weekend to really connect, do whatever shadow works, really kind of clean out that closet, that spiritual closet, because there's a lot of wonderful things. And like I said, I feel like things are going to sparkle. I feel more sparkly energy for you, my Cancers, after that full moon. Okay. Take a moment, do the stuff, because, small channel, need it, please. Like, share, subscribe, click on the bell for notifications. Most importantly, though, my wonderful Cancers, always know that you are loved, stay shining, and be blessed. Bye-bye.